What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We see that Bitcoin is currently down to about 86.7, right? Is this a dip opportunity where we're going to be buying the dip, well, at least where I'm going to be buying the dip, or is this going to be a breakdown to something far lower? Okay, let's talk about this because I've been following this chart for the past, not just for the past couple of days where I have been making posts, but I have been following this chart since it has, started forming, and it had this bear trap here, right? This is on the daily time frame, right? Daily time frame here, March 18th candle, where the bears actually try to break this bear flag here, and it actually immediately got bought up by the bulls, and that was a bear trap, and it sent the price action higher. However, right now it is looking a little iffy, right? We've been talking about this. So I said yesterday, what are some indicators of a bear flag that could be breaking down soon? Is if we add the RSI into the picture, right? And if we see bearish divergence on the bear flag here, then then I'm gonna be thinking this is gonna be probably breaking down soon. On this daily time frame, though, I don't see bearish divergence here. With this high, comparing with this high, we still have a higher high on the RSI. So on the daily time frame, it still looks good to me, right? Now let's come and visit some of the lower time frames here, as I talked about yesterday. Yesterday, we did not have bearish divergence on the 12-hour time frame, right? Yesterday, we had this higher high on the RSI, but now we actually have, I would still call that just an equal high on the RSI. So that is bearish divergence on the 12-hour time frame there, okay? Uh, what I'm looking at that's really still significant. It's that we have Bitcoin has actually broken down below the daily 200, which is the orange line here, and it has actually closed back up on top of it. So I think that's very significant because that's basically the divide between a bull market and a bear market. If price action is above the daily 200 SMA, then it's still in a bull market, and when it's below it, then that's a bear market, right? But we are still above it, right? And if that is the case, then we are at the bottom of kind of the market, right? Of course, it's not a sure thing, right? But I have placed some bets based on that idea, right? And I don't think it's a sure bet. It's not a sure bet. Nothing in the market is 100%. But I thought it was a good bet, and I have taken a couple of short, profitable positions in small percentages. And now I have actually just opened a Solana leverage position. Not that I'm in favor of Solana in any way, but it's a leverage position, right? And I already have leverage Bitcoin positions, and if you guys know, if you guys trade leverage, at least in terms of the exchanges that I've traded on, when you have a Bitcoin position for leverage that's open, for example, they're not gonna let you open a separate uh, Bitcoin leverage position in the same direction if you have not closed the previous one yet. So I opened up a Solana position because it's highly correlated with, well, all the altcoins are highly correlated with Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin's doing well, then a lot of the altcoins are going to be doing well. But Solana is one of those bigger altcoins where, if it actually goes down, if this thing breaks down, then, I won't be taking as much losses as the smaller altcoins. As you guys can see, on the smaller altcoins, things can go down like 50, 70% in a week, right? I don't want to cover that with margin. So I opened up bigger altcoins because they're less likely to go down 50, 70% in a week. So I don't have to, use more margin to cover that. Right. So that's my reasoning. Of course, it's not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor by any means, and there's many reasons why you should not follow what I'm doing. But I have just opened up a leveraged Solana position when Bitcoin was at about the 4 hour moving average here. As you guys can see, the 4 hour 21 and the 4 hour 200. And it hasn't retested that moving average just yet, and we're very close to that bottom trend line there. So that's my reasoning. Okay, like I said, there are many reasons why you should not blindly follow what I'm doing, and one of which is this thing could still break down. And if you just blindly follow someone else's reasoning, you're not gonna know what you're gonna do when things go wrong, and things have gone wrong, and can go wrong, right? So you definitely don't want to follow someone's reasoning without having your own logic and your own strategy, right? Um, so that's basically what I'm doing. I'm looking to take a very a small target here and see if I can come out with a profit with that position. But otherwise, I do still have quite a bit of longs in altcoins that I won't be able to take profits from yet until the market goes back up, like way up. So that's basically what I'm seeing now. Like I said, we are still in this bear flag, and it could still break down. Right now, we had that bear trap, right, and it pushed the price action higher. The bulls really want to see a break out of this bear flag, right? And that would be significant. That would be a significant move when you break out of a a pattern in the opposite direction of what's expected, because a bear flag is still in favor of the bears, right? It usually breaks down. So what the bulls really need to do is to break out of this bear flag, and we're gonna have some resistance coming into the pattern here, including the daily SMA. So very important to keep an eye on what's going on here, right? Because the breakdown of this pattern is currently going to be, if it breaks down today, is going to be about 81,000. Okay, if it breaks down later, the target will be a little higher. But hey, like if the market actually sells off, it could still wick down pretty significantly past its target, right? I've seen this market do some pretty crazy shits, especially since last year, 2024. This has not been the same feel of a bull market as back in 2020, 2021, right? I've seen altcoins just get smashed, like I said, 50-70% in a week. Some of my own bags as well, right? So I haven't seen that in 2020, 2021 as much, right? It's just it's been an interesting bull market, that's for sure, because we have a lot of consolidation, and when you have consolidation in Bitcoin, that's gonna hit the altcoins a lot more. I'm sure if you guys are bag holders of altcoins, you guys know what I'm talking about. Since 2024, since last year, things have gone pretty crazy, right? It has been a lot of down, but it has also been quite a bit of ups as well. So that's basically what I'm seeing. That's what I'm doing right now. You guys let me know what you guys are doing. Any better strategies, comments, like the video. I will bring you guys an update next time. I'll see you guys later.